Hi guys, today we'll look into a scenario in which Indian subcontinent unites. This is probably very unlikely based on the political conditions and all the wars somewhere here maybe, not sure. And then all the wars in that area. And then how religiously diverse it would be. Sikhs, Muslims, Buddhists. Yeah. A lot of different religions. In some place that spent all of its money. Yeah, great idea. Spend all of your money. Who thinks that's a great idea? No one. Well, they are going to expand. Because why wouldn't they? They're pretty much unstoppable. And why not start with Afghanistan? Because that's a chill place to invade. You're definitely not going to be set up to fail. And they enter the country. And they flood in. They push around here. They enter to the main highway. And then they do this. They try to climb the mountains. But this is what it looks like after they fight in the mountains. They're predicting they're incapable of taking it over. They have taken Kabul. But some guerrilla fighters decide, yeah. They connect their regions they hold. And yeah. This is great. You have guerrilla fighting. How do you expect to take over this nation? Well, they don't. They anticipate on holding some of the land and setting up a pro-government to them. And they climb the mountains with special training forces. And they paratroop in. The main point of this paratrooping was so they could fight guerrilla warfare. And while it goes pretty well for them, as they manage to take loads of land. Yeah. The guerrilla fighting starts to go poorly. But they can just cross borders, can't they? Yeah, and then they push here. And well, they connect to those paratroopers in the far north. And well, they start going very efficiently into Afghanistan, toppling the current government and putting a pro-them government in. But they still expand into some of the territories. And they reinstall the Hotak dynasty. No, I'm kidding. That's just as likely as a bunch of people thinking. Yeah. It's kind of crazy when everybody thinks. Wonder if anyone ever thought someone was a girl than a man. Yet, multiple people. Just look at my comments box. Yeah. And then they say Thailand cedes some land. Thailand is like, no. And well, Thailand was never colonized. So at first they go, well. They're they push into here. Yeah, they go so well they invade Laos. Bad idea. But they have allies, which makes them push up into themselves. Well, they push up into Myanmar. Well, this is where it's established, a front. But India owns these islands, so they have naval dominance over this region, so they use that to their advantage. Make a landing in the south and push down towards Malaysia. And Bangkok is within range. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not actually called that. That's just the name us Westerners like to call it, because we're lazy, simply put. And they push down. They encircle Bangkok. They take it. A bunch of people make jokes about it. Yeah. Well, Westerners, at least. Even though they're still going on vacations to this place, despite the fact it's under new leadership. And they also, well, Thailand officially exists in Myanmar for a short period of time. About as long as Kazakhstan was only part of the Soviet Union. You know, they push from the north and they cripple the nation. But they don't get rid of the nation. Why would they? They don't want to make too many people angry. Yeah, albeit smaller nations, still not going to make everyone mad. And well, and this leads to the capitulation of the nation, which is pretty great. Well, yeah, it should be great. Well, somebody doesn't like this expansion. Somebody doesn't like it. And they may have allies to the border. And they may not. And a big pact is formed between these nations. They're against the expansion of the country. You know what they do? They push into the north just to establish another country. And then, well, yeah, they kind of do something interesting, which is basically that. And yeah, they did that successfully. They conquered more territory. Successfully. Would you believe it or not that I was using the wrong color? I am using the wrong color. Well, India, to counter this, makes its own pact. Which I'm surprised at what Iran is doing. But multiple nations join it. I don't expect the rivalry to go well. Nobody does. It's an arms race to get allies. Well, it's a Cold War. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunately, this Cold War is already off to a good start for India. But unfortunat India, who may have been the latest to come, but is the most successful. Russia doesn't join, they stay neutral because they're too busy doing something. They decide to join them because Uzbekistan can't. Evray on the South China Sea joins them. Australia joins them because, well, they can. You know what happens now? Well, Indonesia joins. Well, China. You know, the Cold War finishes. Well, it goes bad once there's a bit of a skirmish where supposedly after, well, Indian forces cross the border. Well, Chinese cross into India, they state. Which basically triggers a big war. Yeah, definitely. When you have a big nation like this developing, who would have thought it would lead to a big war? I don't know if this is even close to accurate, but you know, of how relations are, but I think relations would change. I think. And East Timor is definitely on Indonesia's team. Even though they got a case of the neutrals. Well, they were ready for this escalation. But much of the troops are ready in the Middle East because they knew this was coming. And troops are ready on India's side into the Tibet region. Well, Turkey was ready. Yeah. Iran doesn't do so well because all their drones are somewhere else and have been destroyed. And they're up against Israel, who's undefeatable. And the Indian Subcontinent starts pushing in with allies landing here. They push across to there. Well, Azerbaijan is involved. I just didn't color him in. No, he's on the red team. He's an evil team. No, I'm kidding. He's the aggressor side. Iran was not ready at all for this humiliating defeat. Well, the reason this is going so well is because, well, the protests are siding with them. They're siding against them. I mean, well, they pushed China back in Kyrgyzstan. And when they enter there, well, they're welcomed with open arms. Well, they now have the second operation, which is a Chinese operation to take out Vietnam, but fails. And they start some advances into the Myanmar region, trying to split it in two, along with Indonesia, who makes a naval landing and starts pushing up. And Malaysia quickly falls. And well, a joint naval operation is done, which takes out the Philippines. But China is unable to land on them. They split Myanmar away and they keep pushing. And they take a push into Jammu and Kashmir. Well, they continue their advance north, while somebody in the land down under starts to push into Papua New Guinea. Australia's goal is to reunify Papua New Guinea. the island of New Guinea they want to unify. And they want some islands, why wouldn't they? And they push across Jakarta, the most populated island. It goes like that. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't. Because they get pushed back here because there's so many people. But at the same time, the Japanese Navy, along with India's Navy, makes some counter-offensives, which kick China away from splitting them in two, push up into Vietnam, and push into South Korea, kicking them out. And then here they kick them out. In Vietnam, they completely kick them out. And now their second part of the plan is initiated, which is a plan to occupy Beijing. At first, it goes very successful. Well, it slows, but then Taiwan makes a naval landing. And then some people join them. Well, pro-democratic forces do. Well, South Korea pushes into North Korea, crossing into China. Well, someone. And they push up to re-establish Tibet. But really, since Tibet is a part of the Indian subcontinent, they want to annex it. And they're trying to liberate Xinjiang. Which goes well, except the problem is the Republic of China gets pushed back. They even push into North Korea. And they push them back in Xinjiang. Yeah, and they push across, re-establishing gains. Yeah, their counter-offensive went well. But there's only a limit to which well can do. And with the Japanese navies coming crushing down, comes crushing down over the Philippines. And well, then they push into Malaysia and Brunei, re-establishing the nations. And then with all the navies, well, pushes into Indonesia happen. The island of Sumatra is inundated with attacks. Well, Australia pushes them back. And up onto the Starfish Island thing. Like, just imagine. Being in this state. Will you continue fighting? Who knows? Maybe. They push into Jakarta. This is where the Civil War continues at. Well, China kind of has a bit of a civil war problem. Well, Taiwan is also a part of this. And well, the Civil War goes pretty good. Yeah, it's Civil War, and they push down. And some these forces start rising up across the nation. They're also kind of against some things. And while they take out this part of the nation, they quickly take out the southeast. which causes China to pull troops out of Xinjiang. And they encircle a big chunk of troops, India does. And well, they start more offensives. They meet up with the Republic of China. And well, Japan starts an advance north. And yeah, it's pretty good. Some rebels rise up here. And well, they push along the coast. Oh yeah. Why am I not using multiple colors? Because, well, Civil War. And they take Beijing. And quickly after Beijing, China surrenders to the Republic of China. And then first, there's a conference held. And within the peace conference, well, many changes are established. Such as India annexes Iranian lands. Oman and Saudi Arabia split Yemen. The UAE takes these lands. Qatar takes these lands. Kuwait takes these lands. Turkey, to establish some coastal connections, take these lands. And they don't really take that much lands. Israel takes quite a bit of land. Jordan takes land. Saudi Arabia takes land. Yeah, they don't take land there, so Iran can still have coast. And yeah, Afghanistan gains land. Azerbaijan gains lands. Kyrgyzstan gains lands. India gains lands. And the most major gain they get is all of Tibet. Uzbekistan gains lands. Well, Xinjiang gains independence. South Korea gains lands. They completely get rid of Laos and Cambodia by splitting it. Well, lands are gained by Malaysia, since they're the only ones border Indonesia. Papua New Guinea is united, because why not? Because it can be. Now to finish the drawings of lines. All we need is the puppets in India and allies. Well, Papua New Guinea is reestablished. A lot of countries are actually reestablished. Stronger, better. Yeah, India. Dania annexed Malaysia. Yeah, no. Yeah, that was an accident. So this annexing your ally is very unlikely. Unless you're the USSR, but we're not the USSR. Because if I were in the USSR, I wouldn't be recording right now, because, well, the USSR died before I was recording. Long before I was recording, in that matter. Long before I was born, it died. But wouldn't it be cool if the Soviet Union didn't fall and there was a big block in the West? And we're all scared that we would nuke each other to death. Yeah, that's not even funny. But just imagine reality. was different, what would you do? What would you do if there's a war right now, world war? Would you fight, protest, or would you do nothing and die and scream? Yeah, one or the other. You have two choices. Make the best of your decisions. Oh, we're going to finish up with the puppets annexations. And now it's time to finish up with the non-puppet annexations. Yeah, this is a big chunk of land. Yeah, not all of Kyrgyzstan is eat, just to let you know. A lot of land is eat by Kuwait. A new country is established, Mesopotamia again. Seems like a lot of the videos are repetitive. But the biggest chunk of land is this land. And who thinks this land will come back to bite this annexation? I think it would. I mean, how will that democracy work? We all know that democracy does not do good under crisis. For example, 1933. Take you back in the war. Yeah, well, it's pretty great. Like 39 subscribers. Who would think you would end up with 39 subscribers? Myself, 10 years ago. I'll never be a YouTuber myself now. Hey, look, I'm making a YouTube video. I hope everybody enjoys it. Otherwise, I'm just... Yeah, Israel, you can annex the ocean. No, you can't. You're not even at war with the ocean. What do you think you are? The Netherlands? Let's go and be the ones we keeping awake. We know in a way we ain't gonna die. Like we're all just gonna die. Yeah, 1942. Yeah, a lot of countries are independent now. Yeah, and this is what would happen if the Indian Subcontinent reunited in 2022. Well, maybe not. Who knows what would happen? Like, does anybody think it's... Yeah, like... Well, I wonder, will that democracy stay? Die. And Papua New Guinea is actually looking nice. Look at it unified. And this is the Indian Subcontinent. Yeah, it's more of an empire than an Indian Subcontinent. And thank you for viewing. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. But one more thing before I let you all go is that, yeah, Wild Mapper, chill. And for the people who are guessing I was a girl, you're all wrong. I'm a boy. Oof. Yeah, and I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 50 subscribers, so we need 11 more subscribers. And yeah, 11 subscribers. That's not that far away, or even far-fetched to have by the end of the year. Like, just a few weeks ago, you know how many subscribers I had? 28. 28. Look how much I improved by. And we have the 30 subscriber special. That's pretty chill. Or the 20 subscriber special where the capybaras came. And please subscribe. The specials are amazing. And look at this empire. It looks pretty thick. It makes the Muggles sad that they weren't that big. And thank you for viewing. Wild Mapper out.